Never in my life did I actually think I'd open TikTok and see a man who's genuinely proud of smelling like he had lost a fight with a shower. And I'm not talking about a haha funny joke kind of way. I'm talking about this guy has made it his whole personality.
Cause I was just so distracted. And I used to get hard 2 feet. And I used to get hard 2 feet.
I'm talking about a guy who wakes up every morning and says, yeah, today I'm gonna choose in chaos and body odor. Real quick before we get into this, if you enjoy this little yap session about the internet chaos, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment letting me know what you want to see from me next. Alright, now let's get into this. So, the TikTok we're going to be talking about today, guys, goes by the name of Jay Jeezy. And yeah, this guy is crazy, because this is not only just this haha stinky guy on the internet. This guy turns into addictions, mental health spirals, and internet clout frying someone's brain in actual real time. Now, Jay Jeezy's been on the internet for quite a while now. He didn't even start like this. At first, he was making rap music, and honestly, it wasn't terrible. Like, I've actually heard worse on SoundCloud stuff at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I like pizza, I like burger, I like chicken nugget.
But somewhere along the line, he actually pivoted. And by pivoted, I mean he fully abandoned music entirely and decided his life mission was to terrorize public spaces with his body odor.
I don't even remember the last time I took a bath or wiped my ass, bro. But I'm finna walk inside of Chili's and it's about to get stinky on this bitch, man.
Now, I'm not even exaggerating. His entire page is just him going to places like hotels, gyms, Ubers, insurance offices, random businesses, and proudly announcing that he hasn't bathed, he hasn't wiped, he hasn't done anything hygiene related for weeks, sometimes longer. And he treats it like a sport, like he's speed running smelling bad.
Big fat turd on standby for the ops.
What's crazy about this is that he even gave it a name. He calls it stink time or steak time. And I don't know which one is worse, but neither sounds FDA approved. And what makes it wild is how he committed it. This isn't one viral video that got out of hand. This is dozens and dozens of uploads where he's bragging about how real men don't shower. Like somehow hygiene is some kind of government psyop. First, you might think, okay, rage bait, troll content, whatever. But then you keep watching and it starts to feel less like a joke and more like a cry for help wrapped in a sweat. Because while all this stinking content is actually going on, you start noticing some patterns. Jay Jeezy isn't just addicted to attention, he's addicted to everything. Alcohol shows up constantly. Pink Whitney becomes a main character in his saga, and not in a funny way, in a bro is spiraling on camera kind of way. There are legitimate moments where you can clearly tell he's drunk, angry, emotional, and all three at once. He crashes out over small things, and the comments, half of them are laughing at him, half are concerned, and the rest are just watching the slow motion train wreck that he's trying to implement. Like it's some kind of entertainment. Then there's this thing called tricking, which is actually paying women for you already know. Jay Jeezy openly talks about spending money on women constantly.
This drill for, she'll want 400 for an hour, 400 for an hour.
Chasing validation, getting rejected, and then spiraling about it online. At one point, he even talks about wanting to marry someone he's actually paying. And then when that didn't go as well as he had imagined in his head, it sent him into some kind of depressive rant. And to be honest, it's a really awkward watch because you can already tell he's lonely, like genuinely lonely. But instead of dealing with it with some kind of therapist, he masked it with alcohol, shock content, and internet antics. What really kills the this is just trolling kind of theory is when Jay Jeezy actually starts opening up about his childhood, growing up without his mom, feeling empty, feeling unloved, feeling like nobody actually cares about him beyond the screen. And suddenly the joke stops being funny. You can laugh at the stink jokes, sure, but underneath that, this dude who clearly doesn't feel grounded at all. At one point, things get serious enough that he ends up in some kind of mental health facility. And for a second, you think, okay, maybe this is some kind of wake-up call for him. He's gonna get the right help he needs, but maybe he's gonna log off, get help, rest, all that, everything. But nah, he actually gets back online almost immediately, brushing it off, saying it like it was nothing, and going right back to the same old content, same drinking, same stinking, same chaos. That's the part that sucks. This guy genuinely actually needs help, but he doesn't really care, and he wants to go back to the same content he's been doing for all these years that have led him up to this point. Jay Jeezy actually does have a job. He's not homeless, he's not completely disconnected from reality, but every dollar he makes just feeds the same loop. Alcohol, tricking, internet clout, repeat. Internet rewards extremes, and Jay Jeezy went all in on being the extreme version of himself, even if it's destroying him. I don't even think he wants to be known as a stinky guy forever, even though that's what the internet labels him. I think he just chased it because it worked and that he's now trapped inside of it. Because once the algorithm labels you, it's hard to escape without losing everything. And I'll be real, I don't hate the guy, I don't even think he's evil. I think he's just lost, and clout is a hell of a drug. At some point, the joke stops landing, the smell gimmick wears off, and all that's left is a dude broadcasting his addictions just for engagement. And that's where I land on this whole Jay Jeezy thing. Funny at first, concerning real quick, and honestly sad the deeper you look. Anyway guys, that's all I want to talk about today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you check out my last video on the Lakari situation, where he accidentally showed a notepad full of the most genuinely insane things I have ever seen. That video ties perfectly into what we talked about today with regards to internet fame frying people's brains. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment letting me know what you want to see from me next. Alright, love y'all and have a good one.